Here is a 2024 Subaru Outback Touring in magnetic gray metallic over black leather. The Touring is going to have a smaller engine option, whereas the Touring XT will get the more powerful turbocharge. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, and 8.7 inches is going to be standard ground clearance with symmetrical all-wheel drive. The grille will be different when you option Wilderness Edition, and also the side pocket here with unique hexagonal LED fog lights. All trims get steering responsive LED headlights, daytime runnings, LED fog lights. The lower is going to get the satin aluminum that's going to run, and I kind of wish that these side vents were functional, because when you get into the wilderness, it just looks a little bit more athletic. Here it's going to look a little bit more settled, but then when you're thinking touring, you're usually thinking a lot more chrome. And the wilderness also increases the ground clearance to over 9 inches and gives you recovery hooks in the front with the skid plate. So it is going to be more of that off-road desire. The same thing for the side profile. You'll notice it's a little bit more settled and sleek. Again, limited trim. 18-inch multi-spoke machine finish alloy wheels. The Wilderness will get a unique 17-inch 6-spoke matte black alloy wheels. All Outbacks get 4-wheel independent suspension, so you can still do maneuverability. It's just going to be more luxurious. The chrome is going to start to come into play around all the window treatment, and satin aluminum around the power folding side view mirror with LED turn signals. Because this is not the XT trim, you're getting the smaller power option, which is a 2.5 liter boxer 4-cylinder producing 182 horsepower and 176 pound-feet of torque. That's paired to a Lineartronic CVT transmission, achieving 26 mpgs for the city and 32 mpgs for the highway. Standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, which when you go to competition, everyone knows it's not going to be the case for Toyota, Honda, Jeep. Anyone that you're pairing this against, it's going to have more performance in the sense of the 4-wheel independent suspension and giving a more powerful variant if you option the XT with the 2.4 liter turbocharged Boxer 4. Towing up to 2,700 pounds. When you get to the Onyx XT, that will start the 3,500 pounds of towing. The side skirt will get more aggressive when you get to the Wilderness Edition, and on top of these raised roof rails, 700 pounds can fit for the Wilderness Edition, but not for the Touring. Digital rear view mirror that's mounted on that shark fin antenna, standard LED C-structure tail lights, and the box structured lower bumper with reverse camera that's 180 degree reverse parking sensors. Power liftgate starts on the premium. Cargo starts at 32.5 cubic feet of storage. Harman Kardon upgraded sound system, 12 volts, push these for your bag holders. Underneath the floor gets a spare tire and an area that you can fit the privacy cover. Split fold the rear bench in the back at a 40-60 split. That's going to increase cargo to 75.7 cubic feet of storage. This is the 2.5 liter Boxer engine. We need to go inside, start it up so you can hear that exhaust note. Leather bucket front seats, 12-way power seat adjustment for the driver, 8-way power seat adjustment for the passenger, memory for the driver. StarTech water repellent will start on the Onyx XT and the Wilderness, and manual cushion extensions for the front. Power seat adjustment for the driver will start on the Premium. The limited trim will start off with a digital rear view mirror, which is something I definitely like. 11.6 touchscreen infotainment with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, AM, FM, streaming Bluetooth audio. Standard is a dual 7-inch multimedia. Put it into reverse, and we have a 180 degree reverse camera with full trajectory. Click the view button here, and you'll have the front camera, so that way you can see doing any trails. Standard dual climate control settings start on the Premium. USB ports, an area that you can put the cell phone. Leather going to be around the shifter with the gloss black and the satin aluminum. On the passenger side, we receive some storage that's in front of the dashboard and in the center cluster. And we have all soft materials around the center cluster, the key fob for the Outback. It's going to be soft where you rest your arms. The first tier has a little storage pocket, and then it goes into a deeper storage pocket with a CD player and a 12-volt. Leather wrap steering wheel. It's heated, multi-function, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, the paddle shifts, and the blind spots are inside on the side view mirror, which are power folding as well. The gauge cluster has a 4.2 TFT display that can go through an array of information for the driver. And the rest of the dash, well, you'll have the eyesight, which can read you. So when you're driving or looking at your phone, it will indicate that you need to pay attention to the road. And also the eyesight up here with the cameras, you can adjust this rear view pretty good. The moonroof starts as an option for the premium, and the headroom is not going to be an issue, nor is the leg space because it's a wide interior. The door panel gets more everyday materials only in the front. Then it's going to be soft to touch pretty much everywhere. One touch up and down for the windows, gloss black satin aluminum, medium-sized storage pocket with the upgraded Harman Kardon sound system, which comes standard as a 4-speaker for the base, 6 for the premium, with the optional Harman Kardon that's on the Touring. For the back seats, headroom is not an issue if you're over 6 foot. And because we have a moonroof, it's going to bulge here because it has to go back. Leg space is not bad either. Storage behind both of the front seats, and you have a 3-pocket tier. So for small phones, tablets, maybe you want to put a laptop. Air vents, heated rear seats, USB ports, and you'll have a armrest with cup holders here that starts on the premium. The door panel will have the same materials that's found in the front coming into the rear, soft where it needs to be, and about the same size storage as the front. The center, the floor isn't completely flat, so pick up your feet. The rails are going to be pushed up enough, but in shoulder space is going to be enough. If the seats push back, it's going to be a little bit tight at 6'3", but headroom is still doable. And the nice thing here is you can recline these seats, so that way headroom can get even better for somebody tall like me. 2.5 liter boxer 4-cylinder, 182 horsepower, 176 pound-feet of torque. It's going to have 101 pound-feet of torque less than the turbocharged engine, which starts on the Onyx XT Edition, in which, if you're already at that price, I would say go to the Wilderness Edition because you get things that's a little bit more specific and unique to that trim. That's also going to cost about $2,000 to $3,000 more than the standard Touring, but is 78 horsepower, a deal breaker considering you're getting every luxury amenity for the Outback. That's what we're going to see in just a few seconds. The CVT also will mimic an 8-speed automatic transmission. Let's see how well she goes. Because I've driven the turbo and I've reviewed these vehicles a few times, it is a big difference in power. Whenever you're pushing it, you will go back and you can actually have the vehicle spin its tires a little bit with that symmetrical all-wheel drive system because it does have a lot more power. But for an everyday use, it definitely ticks the box in the sense of giving you all the luxury amenities. It's going to take me to some pros and cons, and starting off with my pros about the Outback. When you get to this level, you're really hovering about a $2,000 difference, give or take, for the Wilderness, in which it increases so much more capacity for off-road, for adding things on the roof rail, and that increase in towing. Turn radius is about 2 lanes. Before we get that way you can hear the engine. The sound deadening is still good though, even though we have upgraded wheels. So where I'm getting at with that point is it's not necessarily a huge difference. So do you want the lower power train in the sense that you're going to sip fuel a little bit more so, or do you want to get the more powerful variant so you can actually do more capabilities? Which the pro to this would be that you get the ventilated seats. You get 12-way driver seat adjustments with manual cushion extensions. You're not going to receive that when you get to the Onyx or the wilderness. The back seats adjust, which make it more optimal for headroom for the back seat occupants. Cargo is one of the best in class, and it's also one of the most wide in class. I dislike that we do not get a 360 camera, but I do like the digital rear view camera because it makes it a lot easier for blind spots. Even though we have blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, Subaru eyesight, I mean, we have so many safety capabilities in this vehicle. You would really want to have to wreck, because as I was driving this before the review, the Subaru eyesight, it watches you so much that if you take your eyes off, or if you just take your glasses and you're doing like this for a few seconds, it'll say, you need a rest. Pay attention to the road. It's observing everything you're doing inside and outside. It's also taking care of you. Going to rivals, I like how more quiet and composed the ride is here. It's more comfortable and it just feels more wide in the interior. I don't feel like I'm claustrophobic or too tight. So they've done a good job with that, because when you get into Toyota or Honda, the new Hondas, the redesign is good. It's just here I feel like it's a little bit more usable in the sense of everyday use and taking it off the road. You're not going to have that with the Hondas. And the Passport hasn't been through a refresh yet. So yeah, go ahead and get the Trail Sport and you're going to get better clearance, but it's still not going to be as athletic as this. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out the next video, merchandise website and Instagram. Leave a comment and a like. And I'd like to thank Subaru Lakeland, excuse me, take two. And I'd like to thank Subaru Lakeland for giving us this 2024 Subaru Outback Touring for our car review.